Hey, what's going on, guys? J Cloud Anime Talk here, and today we're here to talk about Black Clover chapter 288. Now that the unofficials are out, and this is one of those chapters where you can say it was very predictable. We all seen this coming. We knew Asta was going to flex in his Devil Union transformation. However, we did not expect, I certainly didn't expect, his Demon Destroyer sword to be this broken in that form. And I really want to talk about it because it's something that he did with the orbs that are floating around him that could have achieved some sort of anti-mana zone. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So before we start, guys, as always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and notification bells on. And I gotta say, the support from you guys has been absolutely insane because we hit 32,000 last week today. And now we're about to hit 33,000. So let's keep this ball rolling. Let's grow this community, right? And let's get to 1,500 likes. I know we always break that goal, but I just like saying that number because it's just to see how far you guys will go beyond the like goal. So let's surpass our limits on the like button. Let's surpass our limits on the subscribe button. And let's just surpass our limits in general, right? So let's talk about Black Clover chapter 288, Asta versus Devils. So the chapter begins where we see the Black Bulls are soon to arrive in the Spade Kingdom, and at first I assumed that the Black Bulls were already there because Asta was there, but Finro informed us that Asta rushed to the battlefield, so pretty much he left them and just went on his own, which is very Asta-like, but it doesn't seem like the Black Bulls are that far away, but I'm very excited to see them on the battlefield because I really want to see what new abilities they will have, which reminds me, I do have a video about Gordon coming up soon, so stay tuned for that because that video might drop tomorrow. But regardless though, I'm very excited to see the Black Bulls, especially the way the last episode ended. We know that they are ready and prepared for battle. We then jump back to the battle of Asta versus Naamah and Lilith, and he's ready to take them on. And we get this very cute moment of Nox's devil Gimodello. And Gimodello, he's crying, he jumps in Nox's face saying like, I'm begging you, Nox, if you die, we won't be safe. And I think he's trying to imply that if Nox dies, then the devils die. So I know a lot of people had some concerns. Last chapter, did Nox's two devils die, the ones he fused with? And I don't think that is the case, even though we did see one of their faces crack, but I do think there is some sort of twist here. I think Sabata is going to reveal that they're okay. Like, I'm 80-20 on them. I'm 80% sure they're still alive and 20% sure they are dead, but I lean more towards the 80. I don't think they're dead. But who knows, we'll see, because we have no confirmations on if they're alive or if they're dead, so we'll have to see. Nox then starts to make jokes about the situation that he's in. He's saying that Asta arrived late, but don't worry about me. We have to defeat these devils. We have to defeat the Dark Triad. Right now, I don't matter. And Asta told him, like, no, you do matter. Because of you, I became stronger. I want you to live and see that strength. And Nox, he starts to see his brother Morgan and Asta because Nox, he felt this way where he needs to die to be forgiven. That's the only way he can atone for his sins. But Asta is telling him, like, no, you matter to me. You need to live. I want you to live because thanks to you, I became strong. I want you to live so you can see the fruits of my labor, the labor that we done together. And Nox says to himself, I might have been waiting for a new morning to arrive, which is a reference to his brother because his brother named Morgan means morning in German. And when his brother died, the 286, the chapter title was called A Night with No Morning. And we know that Nox's name in German means night. So it's implying that Nox didn't have a morning. He didn't have a Morgan. He didn't have a light. Asta is now that new light in his life, so Nox can continue to live on. Now we all have a better understanding of why Nox is so nice to Asta, opposed to everyone else, because he reminds him of his brother. We then see Asta, he starts to panic because he's like, wow, I'm in my Devil Union mode and I need to defeat these guys before the 5 minutes is up, which we know for a fact that probably after this arc or even during this arc, that 5 minutes will probably increase to like 10. We then see Naamah and Lilith, they're laughing and they start saying that for hundreds and hundreds of years, they never experienced something like this fun. Liba starts to laugh himself and says that I would have never thought we'd meet again in this world, the highest ranking devils, Naamah and Lilith. So Liba knows these two devils, and I think a lot of us predicted that he would know these two devils. However, the anime kind of destroyed our theories because we all thought that Naamah and Lilith were the ones that threw Liba. However, it was just this random hired devil that looks like Zagreus' cousin. Like, it would have been more impactful if Naamah and Lilith were the ones who tossed Liba, but it was just this guy, which it just kind of destroyed all our theories. I even had a video in the works that I was going to drop on Tuesday, and the anime just slapped me in the face like, nah, don't even make that video because you're wrong. And I'm glad I didn't. So I do expect probably next chapter, Liba will reveal himself to Naamah and Lilith and they will remember. Now we do see Naamah use his devil flame magic right at Asta, and Asta just speeds right through it, breaks it easily because that's just how anti-magic works. That's why you really had to overpower Asta with a lot of magic because his swords can't block everything, because we've seen it with Patri. If you can overpower him with a lot of magic, it will be almost impossible for Asta to negate it. So if you can do that, Asta can get devoured by magic, but it seems as though Naamah and Lilith are going a little easy on Asta at this moment. But Naamah makes up for it by creating a flame tornado, and Asta is stuck in it, but he used Black Hurricane to get out of it, and it put him in the perfect position to hit Naamah once and for all. And soon as Asta swung his sword, Naamah disappeared, just teleported away from Asta with flame magic and started laughing, saying like, can you even hit us? Like, come on, keep swinging, can you hit us? And honestly, I saw the leaks before the chapter came out, and the leaks made it seem as though Asta was just overpowering these two devils, which I'm glad that's not the case, because we clearly see in this chapter Asta's first attempts trying to get at these devils. They're just messing around. They're dodging it and everything. They're like, can you hit us? Can you swing? Swing more. They're not taking Asta seriously. Asta then calls upon his Demon Destroyer sword, and you notice that the design of the Demon Destroyer sword changes. It's not the same. We've seen the Demon Destroyer sword before, and it looks completely different than what it was in the past. Now it has this circle around it right by the handle. So clearly Asta in his Devil Union mode form, his swords also upgrade as well. And then when Asta got his Demon Destroyer sword, he held the sword up in the air and said Demon Destroyer. And out of nowhere, actually, look at the chapter right now as I'm speaking about this, all right? I want you all to look at the chapter. Just, you can pause this video and go to that chapter right now and then play it and look at it. Like, this, we doing it live, okay? Not live, but you get what I'm saying. You notice that the orbs around Asta, they disappeared. It's almost like they went inside the sword, and you also see Naamah and Lilith, their powers eventually just vanish. Now remember, when Asta used his Demon Destroyer sword and he uses the spell Causality Break, you notice that you can see the anti-magic flow stilling and breaking the spells, and you can see so much anti-magic leaking out of the swords. It's just wow, it's rapid. But this time, while he's performing this against Naamah and Lilith, is more controlled. You don't see the anti-magic flowing through the Demon Destroyer sword like crazy. However, those orbs clearly disappeared. Like, where did they go? It's almost like they went inside the swords, right? And then we see Asta just slice Naamah. When Asta was fighting Dante, he swung his sword and it pretty much destroyed the gravity within the area. This time, Asta used Causality Break with his Demon Destroyer, but he used it in a different way with absorbing the orbs. I think Tabata definitely placed these orbs around Asta, not just for design purposes, but for a reason. Asta was able to dominate the magic within the area and completely negate it just by holding up his swords and letting the orbs go through the swords. Mana Zone is a way for a mage to manipulate and dominate the surrounding areas. Asta just did the complete opposite of that. In a way, Asta performed his own anti-mana zone. With those orbs, I believe that is the purpose of why Asta these orbs around him. It allows him to perform anti-mana zone. When he attacked the ancient demon, when the ancient demon was ready to charge up so much magic to attack them, Asta came in and dived in with his sword and negated the spell. However, you see the orbs around the spell almost like they are suppressing it as well. Guys, I think we are seeing anti-mana zone in our faces, and we didn't realize it. When did this video become an anti-mana zone? Explain. Okay, so back to the chapter. The way the chapter ended, it was very good, right? It was awesome the way that Asta sliced Naamah. And I don't think Naamah is dead. Could be, but I do believe that a fusion may happen just because they are being overrun by Asta one-on-one, or they may start going serious on Asta. I'm not sure if Asta can beat them by itself, but it will be interesting if he did. But he sliced right through Naamah, just like you're about to slice through that subscribe button with notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life. I don't know how I come up with these outros, but you guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourself, stay blessed, and I'm out.